What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. I know this is not a normal MLB recap video, but honestly, we have something very important to talk about. And I know you guys know me as funny, goober-like Fuzzy, but today, I'm going to be a little bit more serious. And the reason why is because we have the NL Cy Young race and all of the stats right in the palm of our hands, and we're about ready to make some predictions. Now, I know there's still about a month left in the season, so who knows what can change with our top 3 candidates, and also, there will be some honorable mentions, so if I forget anyone, don't hate me, don't leave a comment, oh my god, Fuzzy, you missed Bartolo Colon, I promise you, I'm not trying to miss anyone, but I think there's only 3 guys in the race right now to win the 2018 Major League Baseball NL Cy Young. And also, one more quick little note is I will not tell you the names of the players until a couple minutes into the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide their identity, and I'm just going to use player 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to show you their stats, and then I want, I just hit the mic, sorry. And then I want you guys to decide in your mind, would you rather have player 1, 2, or 3? Because sometimes people get so wrapped up of the name. Like, for example, you might take Cliff Lee over someone like Ubaldo Jimenez a couple years ago because he's Cliff Lee. So I want to take the player's name out of it. I'm going to take their cachet out of it and only leave it up to the stats. So without further ado, player 1, who do we have? All right, so now we're going to get into player 1. So player 1 has a 16-6 win-loss record. Remember, we're not really too keen on win-loss this year. 249 strikeouts, 2.22 ERA, 0.88 whip, and an 8.1 WAR. So some of you guys might be asking, why are you bringing up WAR, Fuzzy? WAR is really only meant for position players like Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and Jose Ramirez. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This year, I think WAR is going to play a little bit more into the Cy Young race. I'll talk more about why I like WAR with player 2 and 3 because player 1 is just an average stat for me, to be honest with you guys. I will say that I don't think that this guy will win the NL Cy Young, but how can you compete with 16-6, 249, a 2.22 ERA? So let me know in the comment section down below. Would you go with player 1? Actually, before you do that, let me quickly go over player 2 and player 3. So player 2, he has a 15-3 win-loss record. That's actually really good. I don't know if I can discount on that. 177 strikeouts, a .97 whip, and a 9.2 WAR. That is absolutely insane. Now, one thing I will say, I might give this away with this hint, but that 9.2 WAR is better than any season that Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels, or Roy Halladay ever had. So we can see that player 2 has a better win-loss record. We can see that player 2 is not doing as good in the strikeout category, not doing as well in the whip category, but we can see that player 1 stands no chance in the wins above replacement. So in my opinion, I think that player 2 is more valuable to his team. And that's why I really wanted to factor in WAR for this equation because win and loss record, it's awesome, it's fine and dandy, it's great, but I don't think it tells the full story. Now we're going to go to player 3, and I want you guys to fasten your seatbelts because this guy, he's putting up stats that are, I can't even believe I'm saying out loud. Player 3 has an 8-8 record, 224 strikeouts, a 1.68 earned run average, a .98 whip, so not as good as the ERA would make it seem, and an 8 WAR. So we're talking about, I'm not going to say it out loud, it's just player 3. So player 2 is winning the race in terms of the win-loss. Player 1 is leading the race in terms of strikeouts. Player 3 is leading everyone in the ERA. So for right now, there's so many things that you can factor in, and I forgot to mention as well that player 3 has an 8 WAR, so he has the same amount of WAR as he has wins. That's incredible. One more hint about player 3 is that his team is not going to make the playoffs. So the last time that I can remember a pitcher winning the Cy Young when his team was absolutely terrible and he had a pretty bad win-loss was 2010 Felix Hernandez when he went 13-12 with a 2.27 ERA and over 220 strikeouts, and his team, the Mariners, were 61 and 101. That's terrible. So now that you have all of these stats under your belt, I want you guys to make an educated decision right now. So before I reveal their identities, some of you guys are huge baseball nerds and baseball fans, so you probably know who these guys are. Let me know in the comment section before you see their names, who would you take? Player 1, 2, or 3? Let me know right now. So now that you guys have commented in the comment section down below, all of these stats have been revealed. Let's go ahead and reveal the identities of these players. So player 1 with a 16-6 record and a 2.22 ERA is Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals. Player 2, who has a record of 15-3, a 2.10 ERA, 177 strikeouts, and a 9.2 WAR is our man, actually Shelfie's man, if you guys don't know who that is, link in the description, Shelfie's man, Aaron Nola. And then last but not least, player 3, who is, in my opinion, the current frontrunner for the NL Cy Young. We have Jacob DeGrom with an 8-8 record, which again is not going to be the best, but that's because he's on the New York Mets. He's pretty much this year's version of 2010 Felix Hernandez. He's got a 1.68 ERA to go along with 224 strikeouts and an 8 WAR. So again, his WAR matches the amount of wins that he has, which is insane. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. I wanted to give you guys the straight facts, the win-loss, the ERA, the strikeouts. I'm not going to extend this video any longer in terms of their stats, but I do have some honorable mentions because there are some pitchers pitchers that they're not going to win the NL Cy Young, but they at least deserve attention. Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies, he is 12-7 with 142 strikeouts. Not the best in the entire world, but he does have a 2.9 ERA, which is really good considering he mainly pitches at Coors Field. Another thing that I want to bring up is the fact that he has a 6.9 WAR, which means that he is incredibly valuable to his specific team. In the Rockies, they're in a spot where they might make the playoffs this year, so Kyle Freeland is a huge reason why. I think the last time that we've seen someone mainly pitch at Coors Field that had such a great season was 2010 Ubaldo Jimenez, when I think he had a 1.4 or 1.5 ERA in the first half and threw a no-hitter, so I don't think we've seen anyone as dominant since that guy. So the next two players that we're going to talk about are actually teammates. So the first guy is Zack Greinke. He has a 13-8 record, 171 strikeouts, and a 2.93 ERA, which is actually pretty good. Now, his teammate Patrick Corbin has a 10-5 record, so maybe a little bit better in terms of like the win-loss percentage, but he doesn't have as much wins. He has 207 strikeouts, so he's leading that category for his team, and then he has a 3.15 ERA. Not too bad. And the reason why I brought up those two guys right there is the fact that their team, the Diamondbacks, they are also in the thick of things for a playoff spot. So they're in the NL West. I think they're tied with the Rockies right now. So if Freeland can come away with the #1 spot in the NL West, or even a wild card, or if Zack Greinke or Patrick Corbin can come away with some dominant stretches of pitching for the next couple weeks, they might actually up their stock a little bit, but I don't think they're going to come close. And then our last two honorable mentions are going to be Mike Foltynewicz. I don't even know how to say his name, but he has a 10-8 record. It's all right. It's just like Jacob DeGrom. I mean, his stats kind of show better than what his record is. He has 169 strikeouts and a 2.67 ERA, and also the Braves are in first place. So he has a lot to do with the success of the Braves. He was an all-star this year as well. And then the last guy that we're going to talk about, you Cardinals fans out there are going to be pretty happy, Jack Flaherty. Now, I'm not going to go into his stats because he is a rookie, and I will be coming out with an NL Rookie of the Year video as well. So you guys better subscribe. We're almost at 50,000 subs. Make sure that you guys hit that sub button. So we'll talk about Jack Flaherty in the future, but I wanted to make sure that I brought up Foltynewicz. I wanted to bring up Flaherty. So I've given you the stats for player 1, 2, and 3. We know that it was Scherzer, Nola, and then DeGrom. You guys have to let me know in the comment section right now, who do you think is going to be this year's 2018 NL Cy Young winner? I'm not going to give any finite predictions, but the one thing I will say is currently, just due to the stats, due to everything right now, and the fact that win and loss is not as important as it was maybe 10 years ago, in my opinion, Jacob DeGrom is in first place right now. I'm not saying that he's going to win, because Max Scherzer and Aaron Nola, they can, come away with maybe a few more strikeouts, a few more wins. Maybe their team makes the playoffs, and that ups their stock as well. So we'll have to go ahead and see how this season progresses. But, as the stats don't lie, as they say, Jacob DeGrom right now should be in first place. So guys, that is going to do it for me today. Hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I'm not sure how long it was going to be. I ranted a little bit because I just love talking about baseball stats. I'll be honest with you guys, when I'm in college, when I'm in my finance class, usually I'm dozing off, trying to figure out stats and who's going to win this and who's going to win that. So I like talking about this stuff. I could talk about it all day long. So we'll go ahead and make a AL version of this one. We'll do the MVP version, the Rookie of the Year. We're not going to do Manager of the Year or anything like that. So there are plenty more videos to come. Make sure you guys slap a like on this one, and I will see you guys in the next MLB recap or whatever video that you guys see from me. I'll see you there. Peace out.